And as we all know, at least everybody that works around us in our companies know that we had said this right from the beginning, that this was coming, and sure enough, it was just a matter of time. Rhett, do you have that? Can you put that up on the screen? Sure enough, can you slide the timer down, please? Sure enough, everything going on with the Devacurl. And again, we've talked this, till we're blue in the face about this and exhausted this topic that, who really knows for sure exactly what's going on, if anything. It's not the point. We're not going to debate that tonight. But we had talked around here quite a bit right from the very beginning. We're like, this smells a lot like the Wen deal from about 3 years ago. And if you're not familiar with that, we'll clue you in a little bit.
I don't think it was that long ago.
Maybe less than that, maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, maybe 2.
If you're not familiar with that situation, but I'll start from the beginning here. So sure enough, we figured that enough people start whining, and what happens? The ambulance chasers, the attorneys get involved, and sure enough, they started advertising on Facebook, targeting people like us and groups like us and whatever, and they basically are asking for people to contact them who have had alleged hair loss, hair damage, injury to their scalp, specifically from Devacurl No-Poo hair products, which could be any of those things. And I've got a link here. Rhett's going to put it in the comment section of the numerous streams that we're on here live. If you want to be a part of this class action lawsuit that's being put on, I hate to say put on, that's not the right thing, but it's being organized by Christensen Davis LLC, which is a Dallas law firm that's currently investigating products sold under the Devacurl brand name. We believe these products, particularly the No-Poo products, you didn't just say products, it's products, plural, may lead to hair loss and damage as well as other injuries to the hair and scalp. If you have purchased any of the products and or are unsatisfied with the advertised results, we would like you to visit with us as part of our investigation. And you'll see Rhett put that link on there. So anyway, all right. So let's talk a little bit about this. We talked about this at length, but we'll talk. We'll give you a little bit of our insight on this. So as a lot, I'm going to act like most of you don't know this. If you haven't been around the show, for however 2-3 years, however long we've been doing it. But it's no secret. We've talked about this before that. We are personal friends with the gentleman who put the entire Wen program, as you guys know it, together. And I'd say we're pretty good friends with his parents. Is that a good way to put it? Mm-hmm. We have dinner with them a couple times a year, right? Mm-hmm. At their house or wherever, somewhere. And I respect them very much. And their son is the person that put that whole deal together. And while that was going on, initially, without going into any detail, he and I were kind of working on another deal. And so I was talking to him every few weeks, and I talked to him about this Wen deal with the hair loss and the lawsuit. And I asked him, I'm like, what are your thoughts on this? We see what's going on in the media and what they've been saying about people using Wen products and their hair's falling out and this and blah, 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 blah. And he said to me, I've read all the documents, everything in this. And he said, I don't see how they can rule against Wen, because it looks to me that it's clearly a technique issue. And ultimately what happened a few months later is that thing went into judgment. They did rule that Wen was liable, and the bulk payout, there's a number of different numbers floating around, and the number that I heard from him was $26 million was the settlement. I haven't talked to him in quite some time, so there's Wen's still around, and they're still doing infomercials, which are not cheap.
Right.
So this clearly didn't destroy them. I don't know if they changed how they market it, because it used to be, I used to see their
They have
stuff
a
all the
lot
time.
of different products now. It used to just be the one product.
Yeah. Well, I used to see them all the time. I knew their stuff backward and forward because it used to be, 6:00 in the morning at the gym. I'd be on the stair climber or something, and their infomercials would be on TV constantly, like every day. So I could sell their product, right? But so all that being said, when this all broke, and I remember being in our kitchen. I said to Melanie, I said, "You watch, it's going to end up like when? It's going to end up like when?" And sure enough, July, August, September, October, November. So 5 months later, boom, here we go. Ambulance chasers are on it, and I guess we're going to see how it plays out. So I guess my question to you on this, for people who are part of this, who maybe have had hair loss or have experienced some type of damage or whatever, and are, have what they believe has been affected by this. What are your thoughts on this? Is this going to stick? How do you think this is going to play out? You've been a diva trained stylist for well over a decade, right? What do you think? Do you think this is going to be? Is this going to end up like when? Do you think in what and I don't want you to look into a crystal ball, but do you believe there's potentially any liability or culpability to Devacurl in this? Do you think it really is just ambulance chasers trying to get a settlement? And what do you think about these lots and lots of women who believe that it's from this? What do you think? Or is your answer, I don't know? What do you think?
Yeah, I really don't know, but I think it's going to be very hard to prove, because you can't just say, there would, making a claim that something's making your hair fall out, you would really have to do some more research and process of elimination, because there's my hair is thinning from hormones, or it could be from diet or stress, or there's so many factors that could be involved in hair loss. So it's hard to, I think, pinpoint that it could be just this product. And so how do you bit that I know how the law system works, I can't imagine they would just be like, okay,
Yeah. How do you do a class action lawsuit? I didn't understand it with the when thing,
I'm not saying that people haven't had problems. I'm sure that they have, because,
there's too many.
There can be, obviously, there's people, saying the same thing. And anyway, I don't know, but I think it's going to be difficult to prove.
Yeah, that's my gut feeling on it. Like I said, when that deal happened with Wen, and I saw that judgment come through, and I didn't read it through and through like this friend of ours obviously did, because he had a reason to, although he was not associated with them anymore at the time. But God, I don't know. Did a jury make an emotional decision? Because I'm like, I don't. How do you group them all into one, or because he said it was, he believed, he said right to me before the thing, he's like, it's technique.
Yeah, because if you're using a product that's building up on your hair, you're gonna know it, and so why would you continue using it? Or you would know you need to do a clarifier or some. There's an issue, so either you're gonna adjust or stop using it. So, I don't know. Seems interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen at this point, then, other than my guess is this is going to come out, and it's going to make all the media, and it's going to scare a whole bunch of people, which sucks. Especially if Devacurl doesn't have any culpability, which I don't know. We don't know. Nobody really knows. They might not. Don't kill the messenger. I don't. Nobody knows, but it's gonna cause a lot of hype and a lot of that, and then I have a feeling, and I'm just speculating, that I would think that if that gets that far, that Devacurl would just settle just to get it to go away.
Yeah,
That
I mean
sucks.
it's been around for a long time. There weren't problems till recently that you heard about. So, was it changes in the product? I don't know, or what happened?
Yeah.
You didn't hear about this before
No.
before they were bought out. Did it just
No.
take that much time to have people have issues with build?
I don't know.
That's what I mean. There's so many variables. It's like I don't know. I would hate. That's why I'm not part of the legal system.
Right. And I mean, it could very well go. Well, think of this. I mean, it could very well be that just because of their increased market share, which is dramatic over the last 3 years, that all of a sudden there's more of what apparently maybe used to be a minority of people who were having issues and of hair loss or whatever the heck. And now that's just magnified by, by the amount of people that are, maybe that's it. I don't know. Crummy. I mean, it's crummy for everybody. And here's the other thing is that let's just assume that, Devacurl says, all right, here's a check, go away. And you know how this really goes is that the people who had hair loss issues, are going to get $100 or $80 or $8, and the attorneys are going to roll away with them, with millions and millions in attorney's fees. These things always suck. I mean, they never, whenever I get those in the mail now, of like, Citibank credit card users, you were up. I throw them away. I'm like, what? Because you're going to send me 50 cents
Yeah.
while you guys make 16 million?
Right.
Forget it.
Yeah.